Today I'm going to show you how to draw the new project, the tealight holder. You'll notice that my screen is white, and if you go to the model info, you'll notice I have millimeters selected. If you don't know how to do that, you should go to the other video I've got on how to set up your SketchUp for drawing in millimeters. So we're going to start by drawing a rectangle on the surface here. So we're going to press R for rectangle, start the origin, click once, drag, then type in 300, 140. You'll notice the dimensions in the bottom right hand corner. Then we hit enter. Now you'll notice this is very small, but that's fine, it's just the way we're looking at it. Press Shift F and we'll zoom in. We're now going to give this rectangle some thickness. Press P, which is for push-pull, click on the surface, drag it up and type in 32, enter. Again, Shift Z to zoom out a little bit. In fact, I want to zoom out a little bit more, so I'm going to use Control on my trackpad to zoom out, and the Orbit tool to bring it round to a better view. That's better. Now, I'm going to place the cursor on the surface. So if you haven't got the selection tool, you press the space bar, go to the surface and triple click very quickly, which highlights the whole object. We're going to use Control click and make that a group. This is now a group. And we can tell that by going up to the entity info and having this selected. It tells us it's a model, it's in the group, it's untagged, but it's a solid. Now we're going to divide the top surface up with some guidelines to help us identify where the circles will be cut and where the joints will be going. And we're going to use the tape measure tool. So press T for tape measure, go to the end. You'll notice, don't use the middle, it quite often gives a false option. So we go a little bit off centre, click once, drag, and we're going to go all the way to what we think is the middle. Go to this edge here and it will find the middle for you. It will snap to it. There. See that? It snaps and says 150. Click. We're going to do the same from this edge. Click on this edge, go to this one here, find centre and click. We've now got the centre of our block of timber. We're going to draw a line, so we press L for line tool, from this corner to that corner, from that corner to that corner. So those corners are where the guidelines intersect the edge. We're going to go back to this side now, from that corner to the intersection of that line, and from there to there. What you've done is we've divided it up into 1, 2, 3 points, and we're going to be drawing some circles there later to create space for the candles to sit in. We're now going to again use the tape measure tool. From the end, we're going to click on that edge, we're going to come in 42 millimeters, and the other end as well. Click, drag, 42, enter. So we've put some guidelines and lines on there to help us identify where all the different parts of the project will be positioned. We're now going to start the first option, which is to create the joint in this side of the block for the leg. And to do that, we need to edit this object. So we're going to double click it and open it in edit mode. Now you'll notice it's in edit mode because it's got this dotted line box around the outside. That means we can change the shape of it. We're going to do that by putting a rectangle on the top here, pushing it through to the bottom and creating a space. So I'm going to zoom in, that's Control trackpad, closer to that line, and then I'm going to draw a rectangle from the intersection of the dotted line, there it's the X says intersection, draw it along there, and I'm going to type in 40, 10, enter. P for push-pull, push that down to the bottom edge, and it pushes that section out. I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to go in on the other side here. Need to make sure I'm with that guideline. You notice the guideline's quite light. That's because I did it when it was in not in edit mode. But that's all right, it still works. So I'm going to type in 40,10 and I'm going to do push. I can't see the other end, but I do know that the object's 32 millimeters deep. So if I type in 32, enter, it's done that side. Now I've got the other two ends to do. So again, zoom in, find the where the guide is. Guide's there. R 40,10. P for push pull. 32. Enter. Zoom out. Zoom in and over here. Just see the guideline there. Click, drag, 40,10, enter, push pull down to the bottom. Now, when we shift Z now and zoom out, you'll notice that all 4 leg joints have been cut. Okay. Now, I've just clicked off the object and it's come back to look like it was before. There's no, all the lines are full darkness. That's because we haven't got this object selected in edit mode. Double click on it again. Edit mode, not edit mode. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to do some circles at these intersections here and use that to create the space for the candles. Now because I'm editing this block again, I need to have it in edit mode. Double click. Draw a circle at the intersection of that line there. Click, drag, 25 millimeters. Same here. Same here. That was using the circle tool. Circle tool is C. Now, I'm going to push those circles down, but you'll notice that when I do that, part of the circle doesn't get pushed down. That's because when we drew the lines on the top, it created an extra surface, and we need to delete that. So before we go any further, I'm going to click off the object. Double click on that line there to select all those lines and delete them. I'm going to open it up in edit mode again, push pull, and now you'll notice the whole lot goes down. Got to go down 10 millimeters, so 10, 10, 10. And this block is nearly finished. There's one more thing we need to do. We're going to turn the block over, so we're using O for orbit. We're going to turn it over, zoom out, and we're going to take these bottom edges and move them in 5 millimeters. So again, we're modifying the block, we have to open it in edit mode, so double click. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to grab this edge and I'm going to type in M for move. I'm going to click on that and I'm going to come in and type in 5. I'm going to go along to this, escape, go to this one now, select it, M for move, click and 5. And you go around the whole object, doing that to the two sides. So we've got one more here, click, M5, and then on this side, click, select the edge, M for move, click, drag 5, select the edge, we're doing that with the selection tool, M, click, drag 5, and then finally this one here, click, drag 5, enter. Now when we look at the end of it, you'll notice that the sides are tapered. That's the shape that we want. For all intents and purposes, the centre block is complete now. These guidelines that are a part of that, we don't need those anymore. So we can delete those guidelines. So we go over here to the glasses, and it says delete all guides. Okay, there's the block. I'm going to stop the video at this stage and start a new one for drawing the legs. Thank you for watching.